My name's Angela Kelly and I'm the Operations Manager at Glasgow North West Citizens Advice Bureau. I got involved with the committee for a variety of reasons. First one being my own personal development, to give me a broader understanding of the network as a whole and what actually membership standards is that we're all involved in and that we all have to comply to. So just to give me a better understanding of the whole network as a whole overview. So I've been involved with Citizens Advice Bureau for about 15 years now. I started as a volunteer, just looking to fill some time after I'd had children and looking to get my brain working again. I found it really, really interesting. And like most people who start working in cabs, it just kind of got under my skin a bit. I then went on to get a paid role, and I've had various advisor roles within the Bureau, moving on to management in more recent years. I've always been involved with board meetings and had been interested in finding out how the whole network joins together and how it all works. So it was just that background of experience at all levels within the CAB, I think, really helped shape my contributions that I can make to the committee. From being involved in the committee, I've learned a better understanding of the work between CAS and CAB, which I think is really important for bureaus. I've learned about the network as a whole. It's introduced me to an oversight of what meeting the requirements of membership standards actually means and why it's important. It's also given me the opportunity to reflect on how we're doing as a bureau ourselves. You can always learn from others. I think it's really, really good to share information, to share ideas, and it's good for the self-reflection of our own bureau to make sure that we're working to meet those standards in the best way possible, and self-reflection to see what improvements we could make. So I think it's just given me a much better oversight of what membership standards means, what it means to be a member of CAS, and how we can do that collaboratively and work together and learn from others. So from being involved in the committee, I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the willingness to work together to try and get it right. I think everybody works really hard on the committee. I think everything's given due consideration. So I think what I'm most proud of is that all the voices are listened to, everything's very considered, and everybody works really hard to make sure they get it right. And I think that's a really good thing to be able to say about being on that committee in particular, that everybody wants to get it right and be supportive for the network as a whole. I think it's really important for all CAB people to get involved in committees because we need to hear as many voices as possible. We need to have people from across the whole network and not just centred on the 2 or 3 bureau. We need to have a variety of skills and knowledge and background coming together. And I think it's important to not sit on the sidelines and wonder how those decisions are reached or why those decisions are being made. If you want to find out, it's best to get involved and come along and be part of that decision making. I think people come and volunteer in a CAB for a whole host of reasons. For me personally, it's probably easier to start with my journey. I had just had my children. I'd worked in leisure before. I was actually a leisure centre manager. Ended up in my local bureau and just found it really challenging, really informative. And I think being able to help people is the biggest achievement from volunteering. I think there's a big social aspect to it as well. And just keeping learning all the time. If you're somebody that likes to learn, I think it's a great thing, and it's giving back to the community. It's nothing to be daunted by. It's a very welcoming, inclusive body to get involved with. Everybody's voices are heard. The whole point is to let people have their say and bring ideas to the table. And if it's something that you don't understand the process, then come and be part of it rather than criticise from the sidelines. So I think it's really important, if you want to make change, to be involved in those committees to make sure that your voice is part of that change.